Are home prices dropping here in South Florida? This has to be the #1 question we've been getting from people that are reaching out. So we're going to talk about that today in this video. What's up, guys? It's Robert. Welcome to my channel, which is all about real estate and living here in South Florida. And if that is something you are interested in, it would mean a great deal to me if you would subscribe to the channel and tap the notifications and give the channel a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps the channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. And to show you my appreciation, here is a video of some friendly little Florida squatters that did not want to move out when my clients bought the house. But the good news is eventually they did find a place. And of course, at any time, if you ever need anything or have a question, do not hesitate to reach out. It would be my pleasure. And I'd love to be your real estate resource when looking to move to South Florida. So again, today we're going to be talking about home prices dropping. And that is definitely one of the top questions we've been getting, along with interest rates and just generally what is going on with the real estate market. So what I plan to do today is just to go in depth a little bit about what is happening right here in South Florida with the market. But before that, let's see what is going on with prices nationally. So the first thing I want to do is jump on the computer real quick and let's go to look at Redfin, which is one of the public sites that crunches this information. So if we go right here to Redfin, you can see this is an article published November 21st, so very recent. Pending home sales post record drop in October as deal cancellations and price cuts hit record highs. So let's look down through some of this data. So prices, metro level highlights, prices fell on a year-over-year basis in 5 metros: San Francisco, Lake County, Illinois, San Jose, California, Oakland, California, and Stockton. Prices increased most: Northport, Florida, El Paso, Texas, Miami, Florida, Tampa, Florida, and Cape Coral, Florida. So 4 out of 5 are in Florida. And more than 2/3 of home sales in Boise, Idaho had a price drop. Indianapolis, Salt Lake City, Tacoma, Washington. So not much as far as Southeast Florida there, as far as what Redfin is saying. So now let's move over a little bit more granular and a little more down. Again, using Redfin, we're going to go look at the Miami, Florida metro area. Again, we're talking about price drops. So percent of active listings with price drops in the Miami, Florida metro area. So I have 3 graphs here, 3 lines. One is 2020, one is 2021, and one is 2022. So the red one is 2020. So you can see this line, it goes down. So that means that there are basically price drops. There were no price drops, basically. The same with this orange line. The percentage of price drops was negative. It went down, negative 0.4%. And then you can see the black line is 2022. This is saying that price drops have gone up by 3.7%, which is kind of a low number in my opinion. But again, we're going to go and look a little bit more in depth as far as this. And also another chart I wanted to go and look at is, this is just Broward County single family homes. This is October 2022. Again, active inventory. And this is a big key to the whole story. You can see 3,802 active single family homes, up 73%. So 73% more homes for sale than there were a year ago, which is a huge number. Pending sales are down. New listings are down, which is kind of hard to understand. Active inventory is up, but new listings are down. Go figure, okay? Closed sales down 27%. Okay, so that's just a big overview of Broward County itself. But what I really wanted to do was just jump on the multiple listing service. Now, this is the system that all of these sites, so if you go and check Zillow, if you check Redfin, if you check Homebuying, any of these sites that crunch data, all the information they get from me, they get from real estate agents. So everything comes from our database, the multiple listing service. I just want to do something really quick and show you city by city, or we'll take a few, and you can see exactly what's going on with price drop. So we're going to jump back on the computer here. We're going to go on the multiple listing service. We're going to go search, single family, active. Let's go check and do, let's try Coral Springs. And let's just see what's going on there. So there are 209 active listings in Coral Springs, okay? Now, there are 100 listings per page. And you can see these arrows, these maroon arrows down means that there is a price correction, a price drop. So these sellers have dropped the price. So you can see the amount of arrows. I wish I could filter these exactly, but if you look and see these are 100, and you can see all the maroon arrows. So that's the first page. Second page, kind of the same. And the third page, kind of the same. So that is about 40% of those listings have had a price drop. These are active listings. Let's go try another city. Let's try where I live, and I'm in Plantation. So Plantation has 188 active single-family home listings on the market right now. Again, 100 per page, and this is all price points. So you can see again, the maroon arrows is a price correction. So out of 100, you can see kind of how many there are. Page 2, kind of the same thing. So I would say about 40%, 35-40%. Let's try, let's see, Weston. Let's try Weston. Hello, Weston. Weston. We have 163. Again, 100 per page. You can see all the arrows, guys. Out of 100, a lot. Again. So I would say 35 to 40% again. Let's try Boca Raton. Let's try Boca Raton. 698 active listings in Boca. And we'll go from low to high. So let's see. We can see the arrows again. Same thing. You can see. Looks to be a little bit less. And Boca goes up pretty expensive. So let's try. Yeah, so you're getting into the higher price points. 50 million. This person on Bird Beach, 50 million, they raised the price. Anybody want to buy it? Give me a call. We'll go check it out. So let's see here. But, you know, I mean, these are in the high end. But again, we can see what's going on. About 35 to 40% of the homes, or at least active homes, are having some sort of a price correction or a price drop. So these sellers listed their home and they are lowering their prices of these active listings. So those are active listings, guys, but what about the closed sales? So even though sellers are adjusting their asking prices, what does that mean for actual closed sales appreciation or prices, sales prices dropping? There's a big difference between asking price, sold price, or sales price, and if properties are selling and depreciating or appreciating. So this article here, Florida Realtors, will go here, pop onto Florida Realtors. So you can see right here, this is November 18th, 2022. Florida housing market, October's median prices, inventory rise. So a lot more properties coming on the market. So single family median price is up 12% year to year. Condo median prices up 19.2%, and inventory on the rise, but inflation and higher interest rates impact sales. So basically what that means is that there are less sales, but the sales prices are not going down. List prices are going down, sellers are getting more reasonable, but the actual appreciation is still going north, guys. It's not going down. You can see right here on this first paragraph, Florida housing market reported higher median prices and more inventory, active listings in October compared to a year ago, though inflation and rising interest rates remained a factor for buyers. So this next chart here really will show you kind of what's going on. And this is a site that I go to all the time. It's called Trend Graphics, and they really crunch these numbers. So you can see here, market highlights. October 2022 is a neutral market. So basically, it shows you homes for sale up 8.1% and up 41% compared to last year. Homes closed down 10.6% compared to last month and down 30.2% compared to last year. And also homes placed under contract is down as well. But on the bottom, you can see where it says buyer's market. More than 6 months of inventory based on closed sales. A seller's market is less than 3 months of inventory based on closed sales. And neutral market between 3 and 6 months of inventory. So right now, if I go to the months of inventory tab, you can see here, we are at 3.4 months of inventory. So basically what that means, if we stopped right now from this point and nobody put another home on the market, it would take 3.4 months for all the homes to be gobbled up by all the available buyers out there, for all the homes to be bought up. Back in the beginning of the year, we were about one month of inventory, and that was the same story for last year. That's why it's so competitive, and you can see we're over 3 times the amount. So the inventory is going up, quite a lot. It's making it. That's where the increases in price is coming up, or I'm sorry, the decreases in price, because there's a lot more choices for buyers, but it's still in a neutral market. It's still not a seller's market. Until that number goes above 6, we're still going to be in either a seller's or a neutral market here in South Florida, not a buyer's market, but we're getting close. We're at 3.4. That number is key. That's the number to watch, guys, as far as what happens to the market here in South Florida. Now, what does this mean for people that are looking to purchase a property here in South Florida or anywhere really? So obviously, if you're going to compare now to the beginning of this year, or even last year, as far as interest rates, I could put up chart after chart. There's no point in doing that. It's definitely more expensive payment-wise to purchase now than it was at that time. I mean, if your interest rate now is between 6 and 7, and back then it was 3, you're double. Your payment is twice as much. So obviously, it's a big difference. The difference is, and buyers sometimes don't really think of this, it was virtually impossible. Actually, it was impossible. It was totally impossible to buy a single-family home here in South Florida without having to come out of pocket and pay over appraised value. It just was not happening. The last few buyers that I worked with during that point, they had to come out at least $50,000 over appraised value. So that means if you were purchasing a home for, say, $500,000, and you did an appraisal, and you offered $550,000, and the appraisal came in for $500,000, you had to come out of pocket with $50,000 cash. The bank was not giving you that money. You had to come out on top of your loan amount with that cash in order to purchase that home. Everybody had to do that. I know buyers that I worked with that $50,000 was not even enough, but that was what the market was like. So your payment might have been lower, but you still had to come out of pocket with that amount of money. Now, at least you have to think about, you can save that cash. Your payment will be higher, but you could always refinance at a later date when interest rates go back down. They are forecast to go back down. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if they will. They are supposed to go back down. I don't know how far down they will go, but to go back to that 2 to 3% range, I don't see that happening. Those numbers are artificial, but they might go down, or they're supposed to go down considerably, down to maybe 5%. That's the number they're talking, or in that range. So just think about how much cash you can save. You have to look at the silver lining. I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything, but I know a lot of people that would rather save that cash and pay a little bit more in a payment, than just giving someone $50,000 cash. So there's always a silver lining that you have to look at, but that is the real difference between now and back then. But as far as home prices dropping, asking prices are dropping across the board. As you can see, about 30-40%. And these are a lot of sellers that are kind of just understanding that they cannot command any price that they want. But it's definitely a different time. Buyers have time to think now. You have time to negotiate. You don't have to jump within an hour and put in an offer. You don't have to waive all your contingencies, and you can still negotiate. You can actually get a seller to help you buy down your rate. There's a lot of different things you can do at this time that you could not do a year ago. So, definitely changes, and let's just see where we go from here. But I really, really appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully you got something from it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to be your real estate resource if you have any plans on moving here to South Florida, or if you have a house here and you're looking to sell it. Reach out anytime. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care and happy holidays.